Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be taking you guys along with me while I get some eyelash extensions, and at the very end of the video I'm going to share with you guys the pros and the cons and if I think I'll get them again in the future. So when I laid down, she asked if I had any allergies that I knew of, which I didn't, and we just started to begin talking about the style that she thought would work best for me. She asked if I normally curl my lashes and if I wear mascara, and we decided on a flared look, which means that the longest part of the lash is on the outer part of the eye, and we agreed on a very dramatic curl and a lot of volume. So after we decided on all that, she just started to kind of prep my eye area. This meant cleaning all the oil, leftover makeup, and dirt off of the eyelashes so that the adhesive could bond as strong as possible. She then rinsed my eye with some saline water to remove any extra residue. This wasn't uncomfortable or anything, it was just cold and wet on my eye. And the little black box she was holding was a little battery-operated fan to help dry it off and get the eye area as dry as possible. I asked her if any irritation occurs during the procedure, and she was telling me that I shouldn't experience any burning or stinging during the service, but if I did, it was probably the fumes from the glue, and it would go away in a few seconds. She did put a little gel pad down on top of my lower lashes. They do this to protect the under eye area because it is a sensitive area, and also to keep the bottom lashes separated from the top lashes so that they didn't accidentally get any glue or any lashes attached to them. All in all, the whole process took, I believe, about an hour and a half. It was a little bit difficult to lay there for so long without moving, but she let me know that if I had to move around just to say so, and she would let me get up and walk around if I needed to. The way that the lashes are done is she picks up each lash individually, each extension, and she glues it individually to a natural lash. Like I said, I didn't experience really any discomfort in my eye area or my skin. I didn't experience any allergic reactions or burning or stinging or anything like that. It was just a little bit difficult to lay there for so long. So this is the final look. Like I said, we agreed on a style that was a little bit flared out on the edge with a lot of volume and a dramatic curl. All in all, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. I love the way that they look. I feel like they accentuated my eyes a lot, and I felt so pretty for the next couple of weeks that I didn't actually wear any makeup at all. When you get your lashes done with Libby, she sends you home with one of these complimentary packages. Inside, there's some spoolies, some lash cleaning foam to help clean them, and a care card with all the instructions on how to take care of them. Hi everyone, so you guys just saw the experience and heard me talk a little bit about what it was like actually having her do them and what we talked about. So now I'm just here to tell you guys about the pros and the cons and kind of my bottom line as far as my experience went. So the pros are that they look super pretty. Obviously the reason why a lot of people choose to get them done is because you don't have to really do your makeup when you're wearing them. I know when I was wearing them, I didn't do any of my makeup. I don't even think I hardly did my face makeup because it just elevates your entire look. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about it. Like, you just wake up, you just look beautiful, and it's incredible. For this reason, I think that they're really good for people who don't usually wear a lot of makeup because it just adds a little bit of extra pizzazz. Like if you're somebody who doesn't normally wear a whole lot of makeup, then it just kind of makes you feel a little extra pretty, like a little extra something. I think they're great for people who have the time and the money to maintain them. They do take a lot of maintenance because you do have to go in and get fills. If you just kind of let them all fall out on their own, they don't really look that great in the final stages of their lifetime. And I also think they would be really good for people who are going on vacation, because if you're going like to a tropical place on an island, you're not really going to be wearing a lot of makeup anyways, and for photos and everything, it would just add that little bit of extra flair to your look. I think there's a lot of pros, but I also think there's a lot of cons. For me, I'm somebody, obviously, with my YouTube channel, I'm somebody who does a lot of different makeups on a day-to-day basis, and it was really hard for me to do those looks because they were so thick and they were so curled that I really didn't feel like I could even get behind the lashes to put anything on. I'm not sure if it would have messed them up, but I just felt like I didn't want to. Like, I just felt like I would mess them up. I felt like I would damage them, and I didn't know how I was going to get the makeup off after because you can't use oil-based removers or anything all around the eye because it breaks down the bonding material. And so I basically just stayed away from makeup altogether, especially around the eyes while I was wearing them. And with my line of work where I'm doing YouTube videos and posting on Instagram, I kind of need to be able to have that flexibility with my look. And for me, that was a really big con. I also don't think they're great for people who just want to go have it done like once off randomly, because like I said, in the final stages of their lifetime, they do start to look really scraggly and they get really annoying, and they definitely look good when they're all properly filled and maintained. And so if you don't have the money to constantly go get them maintained, it makes it kind of worthless to go get them done once, because they're only going to last a couple of weeks and they just aren't going to look that good. And to keep in mind about the cons that I'm stating, like you can't really put makeup on and they look really silly when they're kind of half fallen out, that does depend on how thick and full and voluminous they decide to go with your look. For me, we did decide to go with something that was really, really thick, really curled, and so it was just like almost a curtain across my whole eyelid. So it was really hard to get behind it, and it was really silly looking when they started to fall out. But if you went with something a little bit more fluttery and less dense, I think you probably wouldn't have those problems as much as I did. I think one of the biggest things was not being able to remove them. I'm definitely one of those people where I'll get something done like my nails or my eyelashes and I love it, and then as soon as like anything starts to not look perfect anymore, I want to rip them all off. Like if I break one nail, they're all coming off. Once I did start to fall out after a couple of weeks, I hated them. I hated them. I was over it. I wanted them off immediately, and Libby did tell me that I could use an oil and it would break down that bonding adhesive and they would just fall right off. But I tried it with coconut oil and it didn't really work that well, and I couldn't get them off, and I ended up just resorting to ripping them all out. People talk about getting damage when you, like a permanent lash damage when you get eyelash extensions, and if they're done properly and if they're maintained properly and taken care of and removed properly, you don't really get that problem. But I kind of knew that that's what was going to happen when I ripped them all out, because when you rip them out, it rips your actual lashes out too. I did end up with pretty bald lashes for a couple of weeks because it basically just ripped out all my lashes except for the baby ones. So that's something to be aware of. You can go to the salon and get them properly like removed by the technician, which I would definitely recommend. But I was in New Zealand at the time. I got them done and then I flew to New Zealand, and so I just didn't really like have a technician to go to get them removed, and I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't experience any permanent lash damage from ripping them out. They were bald for a couple of weeks, but then they just grew back right with their life cycle like they're supposed to, and they've been fine, healthy ever since. They're not like permanently thinned out or anything, but I did get really sick of them really quickly and wanted them gone like now. So what was the bottom line of my experience? I really enjoyed going and getting it done because I am somebody who's just a huge fan of these like kind of procedures and getting stuff done, and I think it's super fun and I love to try new things, and I think Libby was fantastic. If you're in the surrounding area, I would definitely 100% recommend her. I thought she was great. She's really experienced. She's really sweet. She knew what she was talking about. I felt comfortable, safe. Like it was an amazing experience as far as like actual going. But I just don't think that the lash extension trend is for me specifically. Like I just got sick of them really quickly. I don't have the time to go get fills. I don't have the money to go get fills. I found it weird. I was always too concerned about like, oh, am I gonna get anything on them, or am I gonna mess them up? And sleeping, I was paranoid that they were gonna get all damaged while I was sleeping, and I just felt like I had to like be on eggshells around it, and I didn't really like that. But I know a lot of people who do love them and constantly get them done, but personally I just don't think that they're for me. That's kind of why I'm here, is to just not to tell you that oh, they're bad or oh, they're great, go get them done, or don't. It's just like I want to share my experience so that you can base your opinion on it and you can decide based on what I say if it's something that you think would fit your lifestyle, if you think it would fit your look, if it's something that you're interested in doing. And there's nothing wrong with going and getting it once and feeling it out, seeing what you think about it and if you think it's for you. But bottom line for me, they weren't for me. I might go get them done for like vacations and stuff every once in a while, but it's not something that I have any interest in maintaining. And last but not least, I just want to say that you always need to be sure to, whatever the treatment that you're going and getting done, make sure you're seeing somebody who knows what they're doing. See a professional, see somebody who's undergone training, see somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who has good reviews, they're reputable. A lot of people have Instagrams now, so you can check out their work and see like if they actually like do a good job. First and foremost, do your research. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed what you saw, and subscribe down below. I'm hoping to have like a lot of content coming at you guys pretty soon now that I have an official setup and everything. Also, if you want, you can hit the little bell and it'll notify you when I post a video. Sometimes YouTube gets a little bit weird and it doesn't show you when people you're subscribed to post videos, so just to be safe, be sure to hit the notification button. All of my social medias and everything are also linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, it really means a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!